That's a problem. It's a water wheel. Alright, so I used my paracord puck and I affixed a pretty sturdy chunk of a sapling to my tire to see if I can unstuck myself. I'm high centered on the pumpkin of my rear axle and I'm all by myself. And I sent my brother my GPS coordinates and he's not responding. So I'm going to try this first, and then I'm going to, if it doesn't work, I might try a little bigger piece. If that doesn't work, then I'll ask for more help from somebody else. Right. Need a bigger log. We'll try again. Okay, so I just shifted the log a little bit. I'm gonna try it again. I had the parking brake on last time. That's why it took me a while to get the wheel spinning. Alright, parking brake's off. Let's try this again. My locker's on. Mirrors down so I can see what's going on. I want to do this slow. Okay, so I should be getting traction about now. Boy, that's a deep hole. That was nice. We'll try again if the mosquitoes don't carry me off. Thankfully I had some bug spray too. It's always a good idea to keep some of that in your truck. Alright, so I snapped my paracord. So that's the first time that's ever happened, to me at least. So I must have put more than 550 pounds of tension on it. Thankfully I've got some tow straps and more paracord. So now I've got my little handy dandy hand powered chainsaw that I'm going to cut that sapling down with, or maybe one a little bit bigger, and ratchet strap it to my tire and get serious. But it's always a good idea to have your go bag with you in your truck or your vehicle, and to have gear in it that you know how to use. I've used this several times and it's really helped me out a lot, and this time it's hopefully going to help me get my truck unstuck, especially when your brothers ignore your texts. Love you, Elliot. Alright, so I just cut this piece of hardwood off of a recently fallen tree that appears to still be alive somewhat, so it should have plenty of strength to it. And there's my hand powered chainsaw. You can see it's like a chainsaw chain, only every other tooth is reversed. It's got two handles on it so you can pull it, you know, like you're sawing a limb off, obviously. And that limb is probably 3.5 inches in diameter, and it took me about a minute to cut through it at just a slow, steady pace. So I'm going to tie that to the wheel and see how it does. Alright, now I've got the bigger chunk of wood ratchet strapped to my truck tire. That's a 300-pound ratchet strap, and they've probably got a factor of safety of probably 5 on that. So that should hold 1,000 plus pounds, maybe closer to 1,500 if it's still in good shape. And that log is going all the way down, touching the ground, which is like a good 10 inches maybe below the surface of the water. We'll see how it does. Got my good old sandals on. Thank you, Keen, for good hiking sandals. All right. See how she does. Well, poop. Ain't that nice? Let's try again. Okay, so attempt number, whatever number this is. I'm getting better at ratchet strapping the piece of wood to my wheel. I'm not sure if it's going to hold this time either, but we'll find out. Oh, and Elliot finally texted me back. Asked me if I was still there. He said, yeah, but now I'm kind of enjoying myself. And I'm already muddy anyways. But he kind of redeemed himself. Thankfully I wasn't bleeding out. I'm not sure if I'm even going to get... I didn't get a grip. Alright. We'll try it again. Alright. Attempt number... yeah. So, decided to stop screwing around. I used 2 ratchet straps this time. My truck bed's full of them, so why not use a couple? I normally try to do things minimalistically if I can. Yeah, because I don't like to carry a whole lot of gear when I'm on foot. But when I got my truck with me, I've got plenty of gear in my truck. But I still try to solve it as simply as I can. Anyway, so now I've got the log shifted way down. It's actually against the ground. We got that green one anchored to the front of the tire so that when I go in reverse, the green one will be in tension. And then the yellow one is just keeping the top part from going that way. Alright. One moral of the story: in a controlled environment like this, always let at least somebody know where you're at. So I texted Elliot my GPS coordinates, and that way if he doesn't hear from me in a while, hopefully he'll send a search party. But try to fix it yourself if you can. It's good practice. Alright, so I got my locker on. Both wheels are locked together like a single axle, solid axle. And let's see if it works this time. Okay. Oh, we got a good grip now. Oh, we're moving a little bit. Oh, come on. Come on. It's either going to do it now or it's not. That sucks. I think I broke my ratchet straps. Got a little mud in my truck too. In my mouth. Time to get it detailed. Alright, this just went from being kind of fun to sucking. Pretty bad. So I don't think I hit my truck because my wheels stick out a little bit. I got a piece of wood that was shaped like a bow a little bit so that I wouldn't hit my fender. Thinking I'm going to have to break down and go to Harbor Freight and buy myself a $30 hand ratcheting winch so that I can get out of situations like this a whole lot easier, but still on a budget. I don't have $800 for the 12,000 pound winch. Yep, broke my ratchet strap. So that paracord didn't stand a chance. The old log is still hanging in. Alright. Well, that kind of sucks. I think I'm just going to go ahead and call for help. Because I had bigger heavy duty ratchet straps in here, but I took them all out of my truck and put them in my trailer box. So I learned my lesson there. Alright, I'm just going to try chalking the wheel. I tried that initially with a smaller piece. I'm going to use that piece I cut off and try chalking it in the front, see if I can get enough grip on it to pull me up out of this thing. Kind of grasping at straws now. Oh, all right. Well, sucked it under there. Stole my wood. Alright. I tried the wheel chalk again. They say the definition of insanity is trying the same thing twice, expecting a different result. But I put it in there a little bit differently than I did the first time. Trying to use static friction, which will give the tire a little bit better grip on the wood than kinetic friction will. Kinetic meaning the tire's slipping on the wood. For all you non-engineer folk out there, or not necessarily engineer. You don't have to be an engineer to understand friction. If you pass the 6th grade, you probably understand friction. Lost my wood again. It's doing something. I'm gonna try to go the other way. Alright. Attempt number 37. I'm gonna try to go backwards this time. Alright, so just for the kicks and grins, I stuck it underneath the tire. I'm gonna try backing up over it. It's probably just gonna slip all the way underneath it. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even have to push the gas, I just let off the brake. Alright, now I'm gonna get a little wet. Try to put it under the other tire. my exhaust pipe is doing the underwater talking technique on the other side. Whoa! Oh, yeah, the shallow part of the hole. Alright. Ain't that nice? TRD off-road. Gurgle, gurgle. I'm trying to figure out how to get this thing underneath that tire. Alright, so I got it underneath the passenger side tire, and we're going to see how it does. Still got the locker on. Hopefully that matters. Nope, it doesn't matter. It's still spinning. Alright, so just because I refuse to secede to this mud hole just yet, I'm going to cut off a bigger log with my handy dandy hand-powered chainsaw. See you in a minute. Alright, I cut that 10-foot long log down, or off of the downed hardwood tree. That one winded me. Took about maybe 4 minutes to cut through. Bound my handsaw up a few times, and I'm just getting tired too. So I'm gonna drag this bad boy over there. Alright, so there's my log. Got it underneath the tire. I'm running it perpendicular to the tire so I can get a little more grip on it, so all the tread touches the log at the same time. Let's see how this works. Man, I'm getting tired. So this is where people with military training really shine, because the military teaches soldiers how freaking tough the human body is and how long it can go. I got a little taste of that when I went on a 1-week survival course, but it's nothing compared to, you know, a 16-week boot camp, or however long it is. Alright, let's try this. I'll try to go backwards. Alright, we're spinning. You get a little bit more bite on it. Alright, so I used my handy dandy short piece of hardwood to better anchor my long piece of hardwood under my rear tire. Let's see if that helped. Alright, I think I got it under there a little better. Stuck the far end in at an angle first, and then rotated the back end underneath the tire like a lever. See if that works. Hey, it's... Alright. Alright, so this is a last-ditch effort before I swallow my pride and call one of my buddies who's got a bigger truck than me, preferably 4-wheel drive, to come pull me out. This one's a little dangerous, so I used a ratchet strap to tie the big log to the bottom of my tire. So if I don't control the rotation of my tire really carefully, I'm going to send that tire up into my wheel well, which could cause some damage to my truck. So, okay, so there my ratchet strap is tight, and I got 1 foot on the brake, 1 foot on the gas. Ratchet strap might break. Hopefully not. I like that ratchet strap. Come on, baby. Oh. All right. I'm over it. I'm calling one of my buddies. That's the nice thing about trying stuff like this in a controlled environment. If you fail, like I did, you can always call for help. One thing I'm going to add to my truck gear is a manual winch, which I believe would have gotten me out of this situation much easier than the old YouTube video that we all saw a couple years ago where a guy tied a log to his wheel with a ratchet strap. That doesn't always work. So another moral of the story is, if you see something on video, try it yourself in a controlled environment. Because you don't want the first time you try it to be in an emergency. That's a bad place to be. So any gear you ever buy, test it out thoroughly. See if it works and beat it up. If it breaks, it obviously wasn't good enough. Try something else. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Yeah, if you want to help me develop some more videos, buy some holsters and come get some training, and that'll help me be able to do this full time and give you something to laugh at. Thanks, guys. Alright, so as I sit here waiting on Elliot or one of his neighbors to come help me out, a couple more morals I wanted to talk about. It's always best to have, in a vehicle at least, if you got the space, more gear than you need. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. You know, and a lot of us live on a budget, like myself. You know, I can afford ratchet straps and a bunch of paracord, but I can't afford a 12,000 pound winch just yet. Not that I need one for my Toyota Tacoma, but I can afford the $35 special at Harbor Freight that'll pull like 4,000 or 5,000 pounds, which would be plenty to get my axle off of the hump that it's sitting on. And you know, don't give up. I tried everything I could safely in this somewhat safe environment. I got tired there towards the end and had to stop myself so I didn't get hurt in cutting that log down. And that last attempt I made was probably a little stupid. I know better, but I did it carefully and I didn't hurt anything. You know, and test your equipment. I test this truck all the time. I have fun with it. I climb hills. I go through stuff. I've gone through a lot of stuff that I wasn't sure it was going to make it, but it did. And today I just simply didn't have tall enough tires to make it. And I probably could have gone at this a little differently. My rear axle slid over, and at that point I was pretty much screwed, because once it slid over, my pumpkin, that's the center of the axle, landed on this big hump. And those tire tracks are in the deepest part of this, which is right about where I'm at. Those tire tracks are 12, 16 inches deep. There's my help, hopefully. We'll see. Oh, it's a four-wheeler. We'll see if it works. But stay tuned. Okay, so this is my brother Joey. Wave, Joey. He's got his four-wheel drive Honda Rancher and a winch. Wouldn't it be nice to have one of those right about now? And he's going to try to get my pumpkin off of this hump. Let's see how it works. Nope. Alright, so now my brother Joey has his four-wheeler winch attached to a tree, and we got it chained to the truck, and we're going to try to slowly pull this thing out of there. You ready, brother?
Yeah.
Alright. All right. Is your winch maxed out?
Yeah.
All right. Now we need somebody with a bigger truck, or bigger four-wheeler. Okay, there's my brother Elliot. Wave, Elliot. He came to the rescue to help weigh the four-wheeler down. Now we're gonna try to go forward, nice and slow. All right, brother. Rolled my window up for this. Whoops. I think it popped the chain off. So that is the hook from my chain. And truck's still stuck. So Joey took his four-wheeler back home, and now my buddy, hopefully Chris, is going to come with his big lifted Ford F-250 and pull my little Toyota Tacoma out of this hole. So, yeah. So you can see there's several ruts from where we tried to use the four-wheeler to pull us out, but that obviously was futile. We even broke the chain trying to pull it forward. So now I got my, I think 20,000 pound rated tow strap that we're hopefully going to hook to a big Ford pickup truck here in a minute, and try to get this bad boy pulled out of here. Here comes Joey again. Make sure I'm still alive. So this is my brother Chris with a Ford F-250.
250, bro.
Super Duty, who's gonna save my life today.
I don't know about saving your life, man. Hey, I'm just jealous that I couldn't take mine through that, dude.
You can.
Oh, you can.
You've got the ground clearance.
Let's just get him out the way, and then you can do it.
And this is my brother Michael Hood. He's pretty awesome.
You ready to get it out?
Yeah, I'm ready to get it out. I'm more than ready to get it out.
That's what you've been doing for like 5 hours?
About
your wife's upset with you, right?
About 2.5 hours. Oh yeah, she's upset with me. I know that. All right, so now we got a real truck to pull me out instead of the four-wheeler. So we'll see how it works. You gonna try snatching it? Michael?
Sir?
You gonna try snatching it? You wanna hook the chain, get rid of the tow strap? He's looking at the situation.
He's logging in the four-wheel drive now.
Okay.
He's got the differential.
Okay, he's got
on
manual
he
locker.
Just sanded the crap out of me.
Oh yeah?
He just threw sand. I got in my butt crack and everything.
I love it, brother.
You got to turn your wheels this way a little bit.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
So that way when he pulls you up,
Yep.
you're
I'll
riding
straighten
in
out.
that rut.
Yep. I think that was my problem. I tried to miss the rut.
Yeah, you got to snatch him.
Alright.
Hey, watch out in case that chain flies.
Oh yeah. Chain's going that way.
Okay.
All right, now hit it hard.
No. Tell him just try easy with the four-wheel drive.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, tighten up. Tighten up.
Tell him go easy.
Tighten up. Oh, don't move, Steve. Let him tighten up.
I got it.
There you go. All right, hold. You on the strap? You're dragging the strap there.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Four-wheel drive you want to use it, ain't it? You get some better tires.
I know I need better tires for this kind of stuff. I'm almost out. Hook back up and pull me the rest of the way out. My tires are mud slicks right now. I got nothing.
Steve, we going all the way past this tree.
Okay.
Then you gotta clear this tree right here, son.
Okay.
Here, let me get on this side.
Hey, wipe my camera off.
Where's it at?
Tailgate handle, so I can see the tree better. Perfect. Good to have friends with bigger equipment than you have. That's truck equipment.
If you drive,
Yep.
back up.
Shove this tree out of the way.
Turn your wheel a little bit to the left. No, turn your wheel to the
Get
left.
that tree out of here. We're done with it.
Come on back, 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 come on back. All right, son, pull up, get over to your right.
All right. I think we're home free. So there she is, pretty muddy. Here's my saving grace right here. His name's Chris Cook. He pulled me out with his bicep.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
whatever, buddy. That's funny.
So, what do you have to say about this whole situation?
This guy here is awesome. I'll tell you what, he just wanted an excuse to hang out with the fellas. And when he gets over there to the little get together, he's gonna show me up on cornhole, and I'm gonna feel about like this big when he slam dunks it like Shaq.
You remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember,
man.
dude. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I was in awe. I was like, man, is it possible that somebody's this good? I mean, I thought maybe like you prayed up for like the whole week so that you'd be like good at cornhole or something.
I just
Dude,
got lucky.
I don't believe in
I
luck
think it
like
was
that.
I
bro.
think it was that one drink that I had that just calmed my nerves.
You don't get seen.
And just gave me
Talk
that
to you much.
I know.
Michael Jordan ability.
Dude, you are like the coach now. She's in and out.
All right, I gotta go. I got a lot of people at my house.
All right, brother. We'll see you in a little bit.
You
I'm
better go
headed
more.
over there.
Hey,
Yeah.
he's on my team in cornhole too. I'm not playing against you again.
Thank
It's
you,
not gonna
brother.
happen. Anytime.